Fishing for whitebait with full flying lead, a bucket in an hour. Small fish taste better than big ones. Whitebait is a kind of small fish that anglers both love and hate. You can definitely find them in any natural water area. They move in groups during hot seasons and are skilled at intercepting bait as it enters the water, often preventing the bait from reaching the bottom at all. Fishing for whitebait leverages this trait. Though tiny, they are highly curious and aggressive, pecking at anything that falls on the water's surface. That's why using the full flying lead method is extremely effective for catching them. Fishing techniques. Theoretically, tackle setup isn't critical for whitebait since their small size eliminates the risk of line breaks. However, whitebait feed fiercely, so even though they're small, avoid overly thin tackle. Thicker lines won't hinder their bites. A 0.8 pound test leader is recommended. Its thickness doesn't affect bait uptake, and the slightly stiffer line reduces unnecessary damage. While the line won't break when hooking a fish, whitebait thrash wildly once out of water, jumping on the tackle and easily tangling or knotting the leader. Thinner leaders are more prone to this, so never use lines that are too thin. Full flying lead is a dynamic technique targeting surface feeding fish. It involves pulling the lead weight down to the float base. This way, when the tackle hits the water, it starts swaying from the surface to lure fish, triggering bites immediately. Because the float is close to the lead, it stands upright as soon as it enters the water, ensuring timely signal transmission. No more missed bites while the float is still lying flat. Short leaders suffice here, as full flying lead effectively lengthens the leader. A long line from hook to swivel would easily knot when a hooked whitebait jumps. Shorter leaders minimize this. Choose thin wire hooks, as whitebait and small top-mouth coulter have delicate mouths. Thick hooks with strong rod lifts can tear their mouths. Slightly larger hooks prevent deep hooking, which slows rebaiting and reduces efficiency. Size 3 or 4 sleeve hooks work perfectly. Opt for short floats since you'll primarily fish the surface. Whitebait are often found in shallow, calm waters. Gather them by pumping the nest. Divide bait into 2 portions, one lightly kneaded for quick atomization, the other heavily kneaded for better hook retention. Use the latter to pump the nest, then switch to drawn bait once fish gather. 2 notes. Flying lead fishing has 2 variants, full and half. A basic requirement is lightweight bait. Use slow specific gravity formulas. Heavy bait sinks too fast for whitebait to chase. The essence of flying lead is lengthening the leader, shortening the water line, increasing bait sway, amplitude and duration, and making the lead and float settle faster. Full flying lead doesn't cover all depths. Pulling the lead to the float base turns all line between hook and float into leader, which sways from the surface to a specific layer. Its major drawback is unsuitability for deep water. Overly long leaders with light bait cause slack, delaying signals. Stick to depths of around 0.5 meters, strictly the entire layer from the surface down to 0.5 meters. Whitebait thrive in shallow water, so a short rod enhances comfort. When other fish are hard to catch during the day, fishing for whitebait is satisfying and quick. You'll soon have enough for a side dish. Author profile: I'm a fishing enthusiast and sharing focused blogger. Follow me to exchange tips and discuss every detail of wild fishing. Like, save, and follow to never miss updates.